would just rather watch me fall from a quarter mile. I can see you at the call. Think about it, ring won't tell you what I saw. When you break it off, you'll see who had it all. You had it all. You said you wanted to fall into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, 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 oblivion. Oh, going in. Fall into oblivion. Fall into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, 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 oblivion. I'm going in. You can't fall asleep when you're counting stars. Get it together. Your mind can't sleep when you let it serve. I know you wanna see me fall from a quarter mile. I can see you at the call. Think about it, ring won't tell you what I saw. When you break it off, you'll see who had it all. You had it all. You said you wanted to fall into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, 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 oblivion. Oh, going in. Fall into oblivion. Fall into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, 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 oblivion. I'm going in.
Spin me in the dark, in the darkness. My shadows, they follow you like an accomplice. Lost all of your dreams, the night is harder. My shadows, they follow you. My shadows, they follow you in the darkness. Lost all of your dreams, the night is harder. My shadows, they follow you. My Feel me in the darkness. The shadows, they follow you like in the compass. Lost all of your dreams, the night is harder. My shadows, they follow you. My shadows, they follow you in the darkness. In the
Time stops when I'm falling for you. The world stops spinning. My head is spinning too. Time stops when I'm falling for you. Should I stop or are you falling for me? As your world starts spinning, is your head spinning too? Should I stop or are you falling for me? As your world starts spinning, is your head spinning My heart stopped when I first saw you. My world stopped spinning. Now my world revolves around you. Did your heart stop when you first saw me? Did your world stop spinning? Does your world revolve around me too? Me too. Me too. Should I stop or are you falling for me? Is your world stop spinning? Is your head spinning too?
Hey everyone, welcome to Dire Bear Adventuring Company. I am back. Yes, rumors of my defeat at the hands of the flu are widely misconstrued. I don't remember how it goes. Anyways,
Grossly exaggerated.
thank you. There you go. Grossly exaggerated. I was not feeling well at all last week. I think I was over 100-degree fever and sitting in my chair like this. No, I can run a game. Anyways, I got some much needed rest and I am back and raring to go, especially since we kind of left on a bit of a cliffhanger, as you do each week. We had a moment where some folks discovered a folk and there were questions abound and evil bushes. Evil bushes that got burned a lot. Oh, and also the druid lost his mind. Literally. So, welcome everyone. Again, my name is Heath, aka the Dire Bear GM, or Captain Sack if you know me online for a lot of places. We have with us, as always, the beautiful Maddie, who is hosting for us this evening. The amazing Chief, who also looks very beautiful tonight. And then we have Eric, who's all right. And we have the dapper, as always, Steve, and V, whose hair is still awesomely magenta tonight. So, Yenfir Jack is our
On
Sam
the
Regal,
way.
so will be joining us, as always, fashionably late, as one does when they are a brightly haired bard. Yeah, so had a fantastic weekend. Did a first ever Escape the Room event where I presented puzzles, and they had to escape the adventure is what I called it. But basically, they had puzzles to escape each individual consecutive room. They worked in groups and couples. If they weren't able to complete a puzzle in the time allotted, they were then forced to solve it individually. So it lended for some good time. Drinks were had. Many merriments and moments of laughter were filled in, so it was a good time. The Ravnica event went without a hitch. It was a lot shorter adventure, but it was still really good. So if you can find somebody who has a copy of it and is running it locally, I would really highly suggest going by and playing it. It's a lot of fun. It's a small introduction into the realm of Ravnica. If you are not familiar with it, it's kind of an interesting place. Still to come, we have the Huntsville Expo, Culture Comic Expo. I don't remember the full name, but it's March 9th and 10th. I will be running games of Dungeons and Dragons up there both Saturday and Sunday, and I am running them in the evening. So you can get all of your con and expo going on done, and then come and sit at my table at either let's see, I've got one at 6 o'clock and one at 9 o'clock. And so I'm looking to sign up 6 players, but if you're in the Huntsville area and you want to play, come on by, sign up, and come play. There will be some other people running some other adventures, but they're not me, so I can't credit to their abilities, only my own. So we have had I've had a hard day. I've had a pineapple cider, and so I'm raring to go. So with that being said, we're going to dive back into where we left off. As I mentioned, they had come out of the tavern from staying that evening. The druid had communed with nature to try to figure out what was going on, and the curse that's on the land seemed to have taken effect in his own mind, encasing him and making him basically very rudimentary and lizard brain, which is kind of fitting for him.
I was a pet.
Yeah. The curse was lifted, sort of. And he was restored to normal, but now he recognizes that this land is under a deep curse from something that is way more powerful than what he had probably anticipated or expected. In the meantime, they realized that there was only one thing to do with the town of Adalar, and that's let it go. Elsa, let it go. So they worked with Barden to get the people together, but not before being accosted by evil shrubbery, which they burned to a crisp you monsters.
Shrubbery.
And then in investigating the remainder of the house, two of you, if I'm not mistaken, it was our two half-orcs, discovered a hidden room in the Trademasters Guild Hall. In there was Harlan Preston or Harlan, depending on which episode you're looking at. He begged or pleaded with them, but at the same time, he was shifting and talking about something being called, a calling to him and other monsters of his ilk. And you could watch as he shifted from being this person to this bluish creature. Humanoid, but blue-skinned. And then back again. And he is under great duress. And that's where we're going to pick up. He's cowering in this room. You can see that there are chests and crates in here. And he pleads with you. I need to go, but I can't go. They won't trust me as I am, but I can't be around them, but I've grown to love them all. But I don't want to leave, but I can't stay. Help me. Won't you? As he shimmers once again. Being this man to being this blue humanoid creature and back.
Can I tell what the creature is that he's shifting into?
I'll let you make an Arcana check.
Great. I literally have 0 in it.
Woo!
Oh, that sounds about right.
We are off to a strong start.
Is it Monday night? All right.
It's Arcana. I have a 0 in it.
Mm-hmm.
No idea. No clue. Blue dude. Ask him if he can play the open PVC pipe. Are you missing your group?
Shouldn't there be
What's
like
calling
more
to
of
you?
you?
Die.
What?
Shouldn't there be more of you?
I didn't know you guys talked.
Well, that's why he's in such duress.
Kelly, do you want to look around in the crates while I keep an eye on our friend here?
Very well.
There are 2 chests, and there's about 5 crates. Different
I'll start
sizes.
with the crates.
Okay. There's 3 very large ones. Looks like it would have to have a hand truck or some sort of assistance getting it out of this room. Although 2 big, strong half-orcs like you and Arnett, you should be able to get it.
Sure.
There are those. Let's see. I said there was 3 of those, and then 2 of the like slightly smaller. You can carry them out on your own. Which one would you like to start with? 1, 2, 3, big one, or 1, 2, medium-sized one? Roll the dice. Take your chances.
I'll go with one of the smaller ones, the medium-sized one. So,
all right. Opening up one of the first of the 2 medium-sized ones, and it's packed with straw, but you can see that set on top of it, and kind of packed all in there, are trays. And in the trays are fine silverware. Fine silverware. Silver with gold around the edges of them at the handle. Very fine pieces of silverware. Pulling them out, you can see that there are several sets in this particular box. Not one to really give an appraisal on silverware, but you're sure that it's worth something.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, is this something that they were going to be planning to move, or is this just straight up abandoned at this point? Because I'm leaning toward the latter. Look at Arneth and our poor blue cowering, well, not always blue, friend.
Yeah, the oscillating colors.
Right.
They're packed carefully, so you're not sure.
No.
While Gillet is doing that, I'm going to like carefully kneel in front of this guy who's still cowering. What's his name again?
Harlan.
Preston?
Harlan Preston, yeah.
Harlan. Just like pat him on the head and then pat him on the shoulder and just try to get him to calm down. Just breathe. Stop panicking.
Good boy.
When you pat his head and he kind of looks at you for a moment, but you pat his shoulder and he takes a few ragged, deep breaths and he says, "I'm sorry. I sound a fool and I apologize. It's just disconcerting. I've grown to love this place and the people herein. I want to go with them, but I'm afraid they won't have me for what I am." And again, you see him shimmer into that almost faceless blue and then back again.
What are you exactly?
A changeling. You call us doppelgangers. We are just what we are, assuming the lives of others, some for ill content. I meant no, so well, that's not honest. Early on, I had ill intent. But this town, the people, Barden himself, they're endearing. And I've become attached. But I'm afraid their history with things that are not of their own, I'm afraid of what they're going to do. At the very worst, if they don't hurt me, the worst I can deal with being hurt. I can't deal with them rejecting me.
I mean, they're leaving, so that's, one issue that's sort of at least deflected.
But what was that?
He wants to go with them.
That is Gillet's unable to sympathize with the victim look.
Face, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's that cop that can chase down like criminals, no problem. Catch criminals, track them down, hunt them, fight them, no problem. It comes to comforting victims and making empathetic, connections. No.
He's got the broom out going, there, don't be cry. there, don't be cry.
Aggressively dusting tears away.
They are leaving, and I wish to go with them.
But something's calling you.
And he kind of looks off into the distance, but yeah, he has a faraway look in his eyes, and he just kind of breathes out, "Yes." And then he kind of shakes his head for a second and looks back down, almost ashamed.
Are you not able to keep up this form anymore? You seem to be having issues.
It takes all of my concentration to maintain. It was almost a not even a thought, an involuntary action to maintain a form. But now there's something that draws me. The call, don't you hear it? It's a lull, like a siren song. Terrible, beautiful at the same time. And it's that which disrupts my abilities to maintain my form. When it first started happening, I hid here. I left Barden a note saying that I had to go home elsewhere. I hid here because I was afraid to leave, but I couldn't face him, not yet. I was not ready for that.
You have some choices to make. Decisions that we cannot make for you.
Are you checking one of the other crates while they're talking?
I absolutely am.
Arneth, did you have something else you wanted to say? I apologize.
You can stay here, keep cowering, eventually give in and go off to whoever is calling you. Or you can be brave, face the people, face Barden, and see what happens.
What should
It's
I
not
do?
easy. That's up to you.
He nods his head, but it doesn't move. The second crate contains fine clothes, silks, and other materials. You can see gold thread woven throughout parts of them. These would fetch a fine price at the right market.
Mm-hmm.
A lot rich, not even a little rich, a lot rich for Adelar.
Noted.
The bigger crates, the first one,
Mm-hmm.
has bolts of cloth. And again, it's like the same material that you saw the clothing made out of, but just not made into clothing yet. So it's just bolts of cloth, different colors. All of them have fine threads worked throughout them. It's quite beautiful. The second crate contains like trail rations. It's a gigantic crate of hardtack and rations and things like that. Some of it you can tell has been eaten, pulled from there. You kind of figure this is probably what he's been living on. And the last one is empty, oddly enough. Big enough for a person, but empty.
Interesting.
Or big enough for one of these chests to sit in.
Right.
That person comment.
I will never give you the idea.
No, of course not.
Do we still have any rock jerky? Do you think that might be nice change of taste for him? 'Cause really, that's the only way that Gillet really knows how to comfort people like this, is just like,
Just food.
ooh, that's why he offered food to the mouse girl. Just like, yeah, that's a thing people like, right? Yeah.
Just make some like.
Are you
chocolate
inferring
pudding.
that Gillet isn't people?
He doesn't know what people do.
Make some chocolate pudding in your cup that refills.
Oh, yeah.
Just
I'd say here,
slurp
here
that
I thought
down.
Zine was the one that just did not know how to people.
He knows.
It
Let me put it
depends
this
on the
way.
person.
There are like two or three people in this party who are better with people skills than Gillet. One of them is in the room with him and is doing the said people skills. The other two are nowhere near them.
Said people skills consist of them going.
Pat. Pat.
I mean,
So let's keep that in mind.
The two with people skills, one of them's not even here yet. The other one's me, and I'm nowhere near them.
I mean,
yeah, that's fair.
you know how Arneth is. He's a hugger, but he's like, I probably shouldn't hug this guy. Don't know. It's probably not a good idea. He wants to, though.
Mm-mm.
Hug all the problems away.
Just gonna squeeze the problems out of you.
If only that was how it worked.
That's actually Arneth's power move.
It's
I
our
want to make a
best
grapple
superpower.
check, but it's never a grapple check. It's just a big old hug check.
Bear hugs. I mean, Arneth is a ranger, so I mean, bear hugs work.
Can I escape from this? No.
No.
Never.
Just
Not
let it
Hand
happen.
allowed.
starts to move up and down the back slowly. Shh, just let it happen.
Oh, good
Pops a
grief.
little.
And before you have Zion in the background as an actual bear. Hug.
No, Zai, that's not how it works. So there are two chests. He's not distraught. Let's say he's distraught. And so, what are you doing now? He's looks like he's contemplating your words.
Still just slowly patting.
Are you actually going to suggest the pudding thing to Gillet? Because he wouldn't think of it on his own, but he would totally do it.
The pudding thing?
Yeah.
Just gonna look at the guy and be like, do you like pudding?
We don't have pudding.
I mean, we could. No, I'm not gonna suggest a pudding thing. Even though it'd be hilarious, no.
All right.
And in this episode, we make pudding.
Mm-hmm.
The best of episodes.
Mayonnaise plus.
I mean, do we have... We were looking for stuff to sell, so I guess we should move the crates and chests.
I mean, gotta check the chests. Going to do my best to see if they're trapped or anything.
Perception check.
Mm-hmm.
Just punch them open like Kratos.
No traps.
All right. And that's on both of them? You said there were two, right?
Yeah, there's two of them.
All right, well then I will slowly and calmly open them up.
All right. In the first one. I have to go for a book.
In the first one, it explodes in your face. Roll it again.
In the first one, there's no traps on the outside. It's a box of traps. It's just
Oh, that's fantastic.
You open the box. Suddenly hands happen to pull you inside the box. Om nom nom. You are now snapped.
you open the box, and it's a box full of traps, but each one of the traps is a mimic.
Good grief.
And it's an interdimensional box, so there's an interdimensional amount of mimics inside the box.
No thanks.
Disgusting. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hard
should-
pass on that. That's like
We
that
should
is
just
Dark
stuff the big
Souls
bad in
nightmare
there.
fuel.
Just
box
stuff
of
the
many
bad
mimics.
guy in the
Just stuff the
box.
bad
It's a mimic, but it's also an interdimensional space since that's what mimics really are. And inside the mimic is more mimics. So it's just like a constantly repeating loop of mimics.
I came back
That's-
at that time.
That's disgusting. Roll one
We
d100
need to make
for
this
me.
happen.
All right.
How many mimics can you fit in a box?
63.
Apparently. Yeah.
As always, you can choose my number or keep your own.
I'll keep mine.
Excellent. I need you or someone to roll a 1d4.
All right. 2.
My number is actually the same this time. So
Oh, well, all right.
in this one, there are small art objects, easy enough, portable enough that they can be fit into the box. You're not sure the appraisal value, but there are 5 of them in there.
All
No,
right.
sorry. Hang on a second. That's not correct. Oops. Nope. Actually, that is correct. 5 of them in there.
All right.
They seem pretty valuable, as you can see. A lot of gold and silver gemstones in the eyes of them and things like that. So you're pretty sure they're worth quite a bit of money, but you don't know how much exactly.
All right.
And then I need you. You're gonna roll some more for me because random is fun.
We.
All right, roll D100 for me, please.
88.
Okay. All right. And one more time.
All right. 10.
Okay. One of them is clearly labeled. It's a large globe vial. Inside of it is a very familiar red-looking cherry cordial mix. It seems to be a little bit more potent. A convenient tag on it lets you know that this is a potion of greater healing. The other item that is in this box, along with these art objects, is an interesting set of goggles. Interesting in the way that they look, I should say.
I'm suddenly remembering there were some other goggles or glasses that we got at one point that were sort of owly, weren't they?
Mm-hmm. These are the same ones.
Interesting.
Very owl-looking. They have like a little beak covered here and then pointed ears. The goggles look like they can be adjusted, but otherwise the glass is dark in them. They look very interesting.
All right.
Dark lenses is what they have inside of it. And that's in the first chest.
All right.
Opening the second chest. I need you to roll a D100 again as well.
All right.
And once again, you can choose to keep yours or mine.
41. What do y'all think?
Lots of probability.
Well, it is a randomized table where it's not like
Yeah, it was lower.
it's not like lower is worse and like higher is better. I don't think.
No, lower in this case is worse. Like low.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what to pick after Cap whispers me his number.
Is that what I'm going to do?
Yeah.
I don't feel that compulsion at all.
Okay, maybe not.
All right.
I could be convinced to whisper it to you for the cost of, I don't know, a sub. Anybody want to do a subscription or bits? I'll tell you what. Somebody wants to drop bits, and then I will let them one player know what I have given them. There's a rule here, though. It can't be bits from any of the players.
Back to my plan
I'm sure.
Right.
If anybody wants to
Telling
drop
you, man.
bits, I'll let them know.
Telling
This
you,
offer will
lots of
be,
probability.
No bits. 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits. Come on, give me some bits. All right. Do you
Bits
want
of
to choose
what?
my number or yours?
I'll choose yours.
Okay. This one is also full of art. Small collectible pieces, iconography, things like that. These seem to be worth a bit more than what you... They seem to be more precious stones and things like that. Also, go ahead and roll another D4 for me as well.
Oh, good.
Again, there are 5 art objects in there, and I will let you choose my 1d4 roll or yours. It is different.
Let's go with
so-
yours.
Yeah, okay. All right, and that is a different table altogether. Ooh. I like this. All right, I need 2 more 1d100 rolls.
Oh boy.
Okay.
All right, we got a 12 and we have a 90.
Ooh. DM's gonna roll and override if he feels right. Yep. I like this better.
Interesting.
Inside of here is a delicate scroll case. Delicate in the way that it is designed, but not in its function. Uncapping it reveals a spell scroll. One rolled up parchment. The arcane runes are a bit outside of your element, but the words that you can read on there. You're not really familiar with magic per se, so you're not really sure what it does, but it's definitely something that would probably interest Callista or any other arcane spellcasters if you had some.
A gift for your girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
It's one way to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Watch it actually be just something lewd and like, I found it.
I don't know what it says because it's written in an arcane language, but I'm gonna give it to you anyway.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The other one I need to look up real quick.
And then my question becomes: are you just trying to make your dream come true? Is that because all you had to do was ask?
As we almost kill our.
Listen.
We're listening.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Listen. No! Ah! I'm just gonna slide under my desk now.
Bye.
This potion is almost clear.
And she's.
Bye, V.
That's the last.
This potion is nearly clear. Suspended in the amber-colored liquid are a scorpion's tail, an adder's fang, a dead spider, and, against all reason that your mind fathom, a still beating, although tiny heart. All within this potion.
Huh.
Oh no.
Interesting.
You're just gonna down it.
No, but if he hands it to Callista, she will.
I love giving potions to this group.
I'd say Gillet's more apt to, like, betting Yinfir he wouldn't drink it.
We should make
We
a
are
rule to
incensed.
not give Callista potions.
Differently this time, it's fine. Maybe he's a small goblin. Maybe he'll grow 3 inches
Oh,
instead. Oh.
Maybe. Maybe he'll sprout a tail like a scorpion's tail and fangs like an adder.
maybe he'll just straight up die.
Not before frothing at the mouth and falling over.
That's no potion.
That's no potion.
That's poison. Damn, I almost had it.
Harlan,
I was so
You
close.
Harlan looks at you and says, I didn't dare open those. I didn't know what was in them.
It's okay. We're not upset.
No.
Okay.
So, what are you going to do with this poor fella?
Give him a hug. Okay,
Is
maybe
that-
not. Maybe.
Give him the potion. Drink this. It should make you feel better.
It's
Immediate death.
pudding.
Turns into gelatinous cubes, slurps out the.
Giant
Gonna have a
cube.
bad time.
I mean, Arneth is still waiting for him to make his choice.
He takes a deep sigh and stands, brushing his outfit off. He still looks a bit pitiful, but for better at the same time. And he says, I need to go with these people. I need to be with these folks, and I don't know what this is that chases me down so, but I can't be here. And he kind of sets himself, stealing his nerve, and he stands up, shudders for a second as one more wave of blueness washes over him, and then proceeds to leave the room. And he looks back over his shoulder. Well, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to be vacating this town. That means everyone, including you.
Would you like to lend us a hand in carrying some of this stuff?
Oh, yes, absolutely, I can. And with that, he helps you get the precious items that you have found out of the room. Art objects. It's too bad Yenfear isn't here. Alright. Carrying all of the objects out that you can, which is not difficult, you meet back at the middle of the town. You can see the wagons are loaded and Barden is waiting. Again, looking a bit frailer and older than when you last saw him, where he was hale and whole. But
Right.
he, as soon as he sees you come out of the guild, the trade hall, he seems to straighten up and smile. And he walks and nearly springs over. And he grabs Harlan and holds him close, nearly lifting the slightly shorter man off the ground. He puts him down and looks at him. Oh, I thought you'd gone. You told me, and you left, and nothing but a note. I was beside myself. And yet here you are. And he kind of brushes his hand through the man's hair affectionately, and kind of holds onto the back of it for a second. Oh, and he hugs him once more. At that moment, Harlan, like, you can't see it, but his whole body winces, and he shifts in Barden's hands. Barden steps back for a moment, looking at him. What's this now? Is there something you were hiding from me?
He has something important that he wants to tell you.
And please be open.
You know, you could always trust me. I've been there for you. You never had to hide from me. I know. But... And he drops and turns into the blue person. For the first time you see him. Lanky, blue-skinned, no mouth, no real eyes to speak of. And as soon as it passes, like a wave, he shifts back. I have always been this. And originally I was going to take Carter Willis's place through nefarious acts. But I've grown to love this place. I've grown to love the people here. And he looks at him with earnest in his eyes and he says, and I've grown to love you. But I couldn't think of you rejecting me for what I am. Once more, Barden steps forward and grabs him in an embrace and he says, daft fool. I could never reject you. Let's get the hell out of here. This town's gone. But the people are here. We'll go with them. We'll set up shop somewhere new. He steps back and he squeezes the younger man's hand. He nods at the older man nods at you all. Thank you. We've a lot to discuss, a lot to do. Make sure the town is put to rest. Please.
Top 10 anime bromances.
Barden climbs into the wagon, some sort of renewed vigor in his step as he mounts one side of it, and then Harlan climbs up next to him. He snaps the reins, and the wagon pulls away slowly, the rest of them falling in behind as they take off, heading towards Reedsong, somewhere else. You're not sure. You knew you gathered more people, but there are a measly 6 wagons as they're leaving. The town of Adalar is empty.
Fireball, no.
Watching the last of the town folks in the wagons leave, the sun is getting low in the sky. What are you all doing?
Random question. Flower crowns thing. Flower crowns canonical.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Hello,
There'll be
guys.
there'll be a canonical thing like once we leave Adalar, so they're not creepy weird flowers.
Okay.
Not creepy.
Creepy,
deformed,
weird, and
irradiated
possessed flowers.
flowers.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Death
Fallout
flowers.
4 flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good game.
Did we have a plan after evacuating the town?
I mean, we could always try and find out more about what's causing it if you think it's not, the thing we've been trying to avoid fighting here for a while now.
I feel like
Cough.
We need to go find the dragon.
Right.
And I don't think a dragon has anything to do with what's going on here.
I've seen
Depends
weirder
on-
things. You've seen weirder things.
Honestly,
I'm not gonna disagree. But you know what? The dragon was last seen flying away from Lanceport.
Yeah. Then we should continue onward to Lanceport. But
Oh yeah, also, I found this scroll. Can you figure out what it means?
oh
he
yeah,
has
by
a
the
gift
way,
for you.
Where did you find this?
Hidden room.
what?
Just
A hidden room.
hidden room with a shapeshifter in it.
That
The usual.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna take a look at the scroll.
Awesome.
Explodes.
This party's so great.
There were a measurement for levels of difficulty with regards to spells. You would first note that this is a level 6th spell. Or a 6th level spell. And damn it, where's my player's handbook? Muahaha.
See, I can cast one of those. But you just have to do it.
I can't cast this level yet.
You can cast it from the scroll.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a chance it'll fail. You can do it. Hold on just one second here. Yep. The runes on this one speak to you of, or I should say, the language of the spell and the way that it's worded. Even though you're not casting it, you can read over it and look at it. As long as you don't actually perform the incantation that makes it go on. It speaks of ruination, undoing things at the very level of the bond between the fibers of creatures. Talks of rending them to dust. The word disintegrate is written at the top.
That's a fun speak.
Wait, can I read that? Just wondering.
That's a very, very fun spell.
Are bards qualified as arcane casters?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're kind of they straddle the line, arcane and divine. But anybody can cast it from the scroll. Once you do that, it's gone. That resource is burnt up, and there is a chance that it could fail. But anybody can cast it.
Did he just hand me a scroll of disintegration, Ray?
It's just disintegrate, but yeah.
Okay.
There's also a very awesome potion that one of you should drink.
I'm gonna kind of sniff over Callista's shoulder because I smell magic.
I smell magic.
Fucking
What's
elves.
This is magic I smell. This stinking
Looking over your shoulder. ¿Qué es de eso?
Do you start reading it like out loud?
It's like reading aloud from the Necronomicon.
Jack,
La 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 la
this is
la.
the real question. Are you reading it out loud?
Honestly, oh my god, I can't choose.
Oh my, it's yes or
Just
no.
for shits and gigs, yes.
Callista's hand immediately flies up and slaps over your mouth.
It's not a slap, it's just a punch.
No.
Punch
No.
him right.
She literally just
right in the mouth.
swings her hand up just right over top of his mouth to stop him from talking. Like, maybe not.
Maybe don't read aloud
Maybe,
from
yeah.
the scroll of
Yeah, use your
disintegrate.
brain
Okay.
voice instead of your outside.
I nod knowingly.
And then let
I
go.
Yes.
And then roll the scroll up and stick it in my bag.
Well, that's cool if you ever need anyone to carry that for you.
Aneth is gonna lean over and whisper, "Does Gillet get a kiss?"
Who are you whispering to?
Callista. Isn't that what you're supposed to do when you get a gift?
Yeah. Yeah, isn't that what you're supposed to do, Callista?
Do whenever you give somebody a disintegrate spell.
Yeah.
So,
That's what couples do, right?
well, how come you haven't kissed Arneth any time recently?
Zine gave you a cloak.
Why didn't you kiss Zine?
I'm just gonna look between Arneth and Zine and just motion them both over. Like, come over, come on.
And I mean, meanwhile,
Why
I'm
not?
playing with the
Zine will
potions.
just-
I'm like, what the hell is this?
Zine will just lope over, is looking, there's like, yes.
Please don't bite me. I'm proving a point.
DMWXD has
Why
stopped
would
working.
I bite you?
And I lean up and give him a little kiss on the schnoot.
He sort of jerks back for a second, kind of surprised, and just tilts his head this way and
He's
that.
just hang at his note.
It's like, I don't understand this gesture.
Neither does
okay,
anyone
I'm-
else.
I'm just proving a point. You can go now.
What point?
I'm just using you.
Everybody's getting kisses.
Just using you.
It's like,
I'm just using
Oh, poor Grimly.
Callista is going to move over to Gillet and not doing the whole kiss thing, but she does hug him at the very least.
That's not a kiss.
rip off.
Rip off. I command you to kiss him.
Using suggestion.
Using command.
Using command. Awesome.
Congratulations, you've confused Zine. Hashtag also Zine will remember this.
I love it.
I mean, to be fair, Yin
Oh,
could
yeah,
have
Arneth.
just let Zine just nest in his ear, so.
Yeah. Arneth, I should probably prove the other half of my point. Get over here.
No,
And I'll
you
also
know,
do it.
okay, you don't have to prove anything.
I should have. Zine will just look between him, was like, are you just using him too?
Hey, Gillet, what's that potion you have?
In different ways.
Sparkly.
Callista
Yeah,
immediately looks up at it. Oh.
No.
May I see?
Zine will just lope
Two.
over and like, just like, let me see that.
No.
What I make potions, I could probably identify it.
Just don't give it to Callista.
Yeah, she's not allowed to drink potions anymore.
He'll take the potion from Gillet. He does have herbalism and makes potions, so I don't know what you want to roll for identifying. He's an alchemist slash herbalist.
I love that you had that on hand, Steve. That's great.
It's my nerd room.
I saw those at Dragon Con actually. It was like a whole like store that had like those of various colors.
Oh my
like
god.
some blue ones and green ones. I think there was some amber ones too.
Like,
Okay,
everybody is
just-
cutting out. Hold on a sec.
I'm sorry.
Just so you know, the spell scroll requires an intelligence saving throw.
Yeah.
Cast it from there.
Oof.
So anyone who can read can try to cast the scroll.
Oh, Grimly, that oh, that rules you out. Shucks.
As for Jesus, that was rude.
Grimly
Such
doesn't
an
get it.
asshole.
He's upset. He's like, I don't understand why.
I feel upset. Like, I feel like I've just been insulted, but I'm not sure at what point.
For the identifying the I'm still gonna make you make an Arcana check.
Arcana.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not terrible.
It's not terrible.
No, it's a +2.
I mean, hey, it's better than a negative.
That's true, yeah.
It's something.
You've seen a lot of potions, but nothing with this particular combination of items comes to mind as far as what this is.
Oh, this
Sorry.
is fairly
Just drink it.
odd.
I'll drink it.
Interesting
Sure.
blend.
I could try and check it as well.
I will punch you in the throat
I have
in fear if you drink that.
What? But what if it
Let
makes me
Grimly
like
drink it.
even more startlingly handsome?
This is
Ugh.
not
not
like
possible.
Straight up
But-
die.
Thank you.
Not possible.
But and then it's just like if Yenfear actually says that, Kliss is just like gestures to the two half orcs, like what?
Have you seen them?
Have you looked at
Mhm.
them recently?
Yes,
I
I
didn't-
have 2 eyes. Thank you.
I didn't say ruggedly.
Startlingly.
Difference.
Yes.
What did you say was in these things again? In the potion that
Scorpion
Scorpion tail.
Scorpion tail, an adder's fang, and a tiny
Heart that's still
heart
beating.
that is still beating.
Huh.
There's a dead
Ooh.
spider in there too.
Yes,
Oh,
and
dear.
dead spider. Thank you.
An eye of new.
Like, oh, Grimly's licking his lips. at
He's
this
like,
thing.
I've seen
I've eaten all of those.
It's just like look,
Good.
my tiny gremlin hands. Give it.
Let me look through my.
I have Arcana too. I could check it.
Yes,
You know
it
what? I
has
just realized I technically could have guidance myself. Check.
You have a cucked scorpion's tail, an adder's fang, a dead spider, and a tiny heart that, against all reason, is still beating.
I'm drinking it.
I want to drink.
You wouldn't punch me, Arnett.
I love how it's like
You
I'm gonna
love
drink
me.
it. I'm gonna drink it. I'm gonna drink it. And like it's in the hands of like the 8-foot-tall lizard man at the moment. So,
I
mean,
will climb you like a tree. I don't care.
I'm gonna climb you like a
Fucking
spider
test
monkey.
This is what session's gonna be tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Throw it
Preventing
to
me, I'll
Alyssa
check it,
and
it's fine.
Yenfear from drinking the potion.
Oh,
Yeah.
just throw it to me. I'll catch it.
Remember what happened last time you guys drank a potion? Hilarity.
Yeah,
and
no, that
I know.
Oh,
This-
that's
see, this is
great.
why. See, I want to see what happens.
I like how just Grimly's just like, drink it.
I won't
want
even
to
drink
see
it.
what
I'll
happens.
check it first.
Yeah, I mean,
Then I'll scamper away and drink it. I didn't say that out loud. That was
Just
my
like
inside
scamper
voice.
under the porch.
That was character voice, or player
Beat
voice,
him!
character voice.
Zion he's just shaking his head and just puts it
I do have
just
to
on-
check it.
around his chest and just
You've seen it. If you want to give me an Arcana check, you can.
Okay. See, I'll give an Arcana check. That's not gonna work for me.
Nope.
Nope.
That's a no for me, dog.
Nope for
So-
me, dog.
that's
Are
a
all of
potion.
you? Are all
Oh,
of
God.
you opposed? Oh, okay. Hold on. Since
Callista
we're doing
doesn't
this,
care. She just wants to know what's in the bottle and needs to.
I
drink
just
it.
want to drink it.
Those rolls.
It's Monday night, ladies and gentlemen.
You know what?
I'm gonna do
You
one
didn't
just
tell
for
her
Hold on.
why.
I
Hold
haven't
on. I'm
rolled
going to
yet.
put a stop to this.
Oh,
Unless you're going to grab it off of Zine, who has slipped it into a pouch on his body,
couldn't I just?
nobody's drinking this thing. Now, you could try to
Can I
give me a
just-
sleight of hand
Do I have that? Yes.
against his perception check.
I rolled just for
Okay. Come on, dice gods. Come on, dice gods.
Oh, I have sleight of hand too.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Against his perception check.
do I notice they're getting itchy going through this potion?
They've all been crowding around you since you.
like hungry.
Okay,
birds.
I'm gonna guidance myself for this perception check then, because I'm pretty sure shit's up. Not that it would matter. No, Jack gets it.
Is that with the +4 or with your 1d4?
No, it wouldn't matter. Even with the +4, my highest.
Yeah, it's true. 22, 21 at the highest.
Although, how tall is he in fear?
I am.
Now that I think about it,
He's 5'11".
Because-
5'11".
yeah, because Zion is 8 feet, so
But you have it not at his top.
it's like
at his
up
chest.
here, ish.
You have it up here, but that is not 8
Yeah.
feet. This
That's
is 8
true.
feet.
No,
Yeah.
Hand
I also have arms that extend past.
like
my-
like a
I-
like like a humanoid.
I also feel like this might be a case of switch and grab.
Yeah.
So whatever you've put into your pocket, it wasn't the vial.
I just did one of
I can
those
see that.
things where you just
Hold on.
carry on a conversation while you're
You
grabbing
have a rock.
something.
I
Yeah,
have a
you
rock.
slipped something that felt vial-like.
Yeah.
Vial.
Yes.
Like
I have
a
a rock.
vial in there.
Yes.
Yenfir, you now have a potion in your hand.
I'm just fucking tossing
Right in
it
front of
back
everybody?
before anybody
Wait.
can do anything.
Would it be
She's
rude
fucking
to
funny.
gust of wind it away from Yenfir? I don't even
Nope.
want to drink it. I just want to get it
Wow.
away.
No, because here's how this went down. You all watched as like one of the greatest street magicians ever. Right as he's slipping into the pouch, Yenfir goes, "Oh," and then just quickly swaps it out. None of you know that Yenfir has it. Yenfir just kind of slides to the back of the crowd and boop, and just tips it back real quick.
No.
It's a flavor.
Oh.
It's a flavor. It's a spicy one.
Did you swallow the bug parts?
All of it down.
All
They
of it.
disappear whenever you drink it.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Wasn't even
Sad.
crunchy? What?
They're just like gummy, slimy.
Smooth. Yeah, it's
Gross.
smooth, but it
What a-
burns, and it's got that taste of cayenne in there somewhere. You're not even sure,
It's from
and
the
like
heart.
maybe a smoked paprika.
Mm-hmm.
It's just this wonderful taste of. Keep it down. Keep it down.
And
And I need you
so
to roll me 1d6, please.
So I
he
guess
David
that's the part
Blaine's it
where
and
our
then
match
starts
just-
gagging in the background.
But you
You're
all.
like the coughing of dogs. And
Booyah.
I heard
nice.
my name said.
Yeah, and then Arneth watches as Yenfir drops his empty vial, reaches back, and just punches him in the face.
How old is Yenfir again?
Oh no!
Oh no. I am.
How
Does
old
he
is
shrink to
Yenfir?
my height?
I am 200 years old.
You are now 188 years old.
Oh, hell yeah, bitch.
As you roll back 12 years. I would say that it, like, makes you look different, but...
I'm
Your
like
health.
immortal.
So,
If anyone
I
else
feel
in the
less
party
than
would've
sure
drank that.
suddenly.
really?
You could have had a baby
Really?
goblin on your hands. You've missed an opportunity.
I'm
To a minimum
right.
of 13, so it wouldn't have actually worked on Grimly.
Wow.
However, given the fact that you all turn as you hear this coughing from Yenfir, who has an empty bottle, goes, "Ugh," but looks no different. Nothing. Looks.
I think this
Fine.
is a prank potion.
Arnett is big mad. He's real mad.
Don't look at me like that, like you want to tear me in two.
He's so mad.
Unless you mean it.
I mean, at that point, Zion just chimes in, well, unless I'm about to start tearing to.
Well,
He stole your potion.
No, Zion doesn't know that.
That's true.
He's just kind of getting annoyed by the antics when they be going.
listen, nobody said you have to stay.
I kind of do. Antics.
Okay, well, whatever. Am I gonna
The
out
potion
myself
didn't
here?
do anything. You
Am I
don't.
gonna?
I mean, you recognize that something's happened to you, but outwardly to everyone, nothing. Drank the potion.
Huh. I don't think it did anything. Okay, well, let's move on.
Silent
Alright.
treatment.
Are you staying here for one more night, or are you leaving?
We should probably stay for the night. Set it in the
Yeah.
morning.
I agree.
Okay. Any argument to the other side of that? Awesome. Then you all stay one final night, where for most of you, or for some of you actually, it all began.
Mm-hmm.
As the night fades and sets in, are you keeping watches? Or are you just locking the doors in the tavern?
Probably just locked out of the tavern.
Yeah.
Perfectly fine. You all stay for the evening, helping yourselves to what's left behind the bar, which is still enough that you can make yourselves a meal.
Yennefer, you
Daybreak.
should play for us.
Should I?
When's the last time Yennefer played for anybody?
We haven't heard you play since we were at Arneth's mother's house. Please. It's just
I'm not
us
just
here.
sticking
What
his
do you have
fingers
to
in
be?
his ears.
Okay. What? What's that?
I said Arneth is sticking his fingers in his ears because he's so
Wow.
mad.
Wow.
He's a bit
Arnett, you
mad.
need to take a walk outside. Wow.
I think I will actually.
Okay, don't get eaten by wolves.
Grimly will go with Arneth.
Or do, whatever.
Or do, I don't care. Just tell me if you're dying with
I
a
don't know why you're so mad.
walkie-talkies. I don't know why you're so mad. You're kind of just so dramatic.
Grimly is
fine.
going on Arneth's shoulders.
They're
Yeah, this is
stomping
the
off
ultimate
together.
walk.
The final form.
Intimidating height. Yep.
All right, fine. I'll play.
All right. You play the night away.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You awaken the next morning early as the sun is starting to rise. There's no bustle in the town. There is nothing except for you all. Are you, as you open the door to step outside, just one second. All right. As you open the door to step outside, the town seems desperately empty. You make your way to the town square just as you are kind of there now. Go ahead and make sure everybody gets moved to the center of the town. And you hear the sound of twisting, snapping branches. Like a root being pulled from the ground all at once. This big clods of dirt go flying in your direction. And I need to do this real quick.
Oh, Jesus.
That's a big boy.
It's the Deku tree. Oh, God, there's another one.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Oh. Oh.
Hey, Callista, do you have any more fireballs?
Well, we just rested, so I have plenty.
Fantastic.
This girl is on fire!
Let's see. There are 5 of you gathered. 6 of you gathered in the middle of town. We're going to roll 1d6, starting with Callista. Then number 2 would be Arneth. Number 3, Zion. Number 4, Gillett. Number 5, Yennefer. And number 6, Grimly. So roll 1d6 for me, please. Bam! Number 5, which, if I'm not mistaken,
It's
Yennefer.
Yennefer!
What? Oh,
and nope, I've already rolled.
son of a...
Rock! 23.
That's
Oh.
disgusting, and I'm offended. Yes.
Okay. You take
Oh.
32 points.
I kill them!
Bludgeoning down. You
Wow.
committed tree son.
I'm triggered. Okay.
All right.
That's what I'm here for, apparently.
God damn it, Steve.
Mm-mm-mm.
Hold on
The
just
more
one
I laugh,
second.
the more I cough. Stop it.
That's disgusting.
Hang on just one second here.
23. What the
Uh, That's some
Alright.
big boy damage right there.
Yeah,
Yep.
like I'm just a small bard, okay?
Well, you're in the big leagues now.
We were the perfect size to get hit by that rock, though.
I'm going home is where the fuck I'm going.
All right, so now we're going to come down to
Steve.
Steve won't stop. That's just it. Nope, that is not you again. That's all right. It's actually Grimly that time.
For 5? I thought it was 6.
No.
Okay.
Right. I've removed one person because a rock has already landed on them.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh,
I'm about to get buried under a rock. It's okay.
Friggin'
It's not, but
It's yep. Nope.
Riley.
28 to hit.
Oh yeah. Oh,
30
I'll take
bludgeoning
it.
damage.
Oh. Wow.
There are now 4 of you left.
Listen, I'm one for nature. Can this not happen?
That would be Arneth.
No, I'm 2.
That's right, Callista.
30? Okay.
20?
yeah.
25 bludgeoning damage.
Ugh, this is brutal.
Okay.
Okay, so now Arneth is 1, Zine is 2, Gillet is 3.
Mhm.
So that's Zine.
Me, I'm it. How big are these rocks?
Oh,
God!
you are going to take 35 bludgeoning damage.
Wow, that's
Oh,
not even
fuck.
okay.
okay. Ow!
And the last one, who's going to be our lucky one that doesn't get hit with a rock. 1 for Arneth, 2 for Gillet. Gillet is not going to be hit by a rock.
Ah!
Although I would like to see you
Lottery.
deflect a missile on that one.
Nah.
Just
That would be hilarious.
God.
serious stance.
Don't
Yeah.
17 to
punch
hit.
right through it. Meets it, beats it.
Okay.
God.
Yeah.
29 bludgeoning damage.
Oh dear.
He's tree and stone.
By the way, can we roll for initiative now?
Yeah,
we
let's.
should-
Yeah,
Can we-
sure.
I'd
Go
like
back
to do
inside,
that.
actually.
No, because treants are siege monsters. They just tear right through the house.
God.
He
I'm gonna
ain't
hide under
wrong.
the porch.
I am literally frantically looking through my sheet for something to do.
Whatever you attune to.
Spring left, I think.
It literally
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Spring.
Have I ever told you guys that I don't have any fire spells?
I just love the way you said that.
Have I ever told
So
you
you guys-
guys?
Really?
Actually-
Zero. Wow.
Your initiative cannot be 0. It's going to be a 1.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Nope, that's radiant.
It's okay. I have enough fire spells for all of us.
Cool. Can I borrow some? No, I'm kidding. It's
Yeah, absolutely. Let me just hand
For
you
the
a fireball.
duration.
fine. Just-
Hold this.
We're gonna play hot
How
potato with this fireball.
How many of you are resistant to like certain types of elemental damage? Just wondering, asking for a friend.
Fire.
Are you the only one that's resistant to anything?
I mean, I can shift and gain resistance to stuff.
Okay.
I have a I have a rebuke, I think.
I'm resistant to being damaged, apparently.
Okay. Just curious. I mean, this is provided that I don't fucking just
Straight up die.
yeah eat
I-
a fucking
Okay.
boulder.
Arneth.
I could have not gotten hit by that boulder.
Oh, so,
I have nimble escape.
what does that allow you to do?
When you are targeted of an opportunity attack, you may use your reaction to
This is not an
disengage.
attack of opportunity.
It's not.
Not in
Oh, it's a
this
surprise
particular
round. Never
Surprise round.
mind.
All right, Arneth, you are up first. Tree boys.
Can I see that dude?
Dude, you can see all of these dudes. They
Oh,
are
they are
huge.
tall.
They are big old dudes.
I guess I'll use Hunter's Mark this time around.
Which one?
I'm gonna Hunter's Mark that one.
Okay, let me go ahead and Hunter's Mark that one for you. Let me switch back to the right layer.
While you do that, I'm gonna attempt to fire 2 arrows into it.
Okay, the first one does miss, but the second one hits.
And
Okay.
just mark. By the way, what are these tree men?
Hmm?
What are these tree men?
They are like a twisted version of a Trant. Like an Ent, but like evil.
How twisted are we talking?
So
Pretty
not a
twisted. You can
monstrosity.
see that their bark, instead of being a vibrant color, is like gray. They don't have any leaves or foliage, or barely any, and it's all like turned dark. So basically, it's like whatever twisted the life in this place has affected these guys as well. Okay.
Gillet, I'm maintaining this doesn't have anything to do with the dragon.
I still think we should leave.
Zine, you
Stop.
behave yourself, sir. Zine.
Behave yourself.
Okay,
Well-
Kenna's. So basically, considering Zine is basically just like reaction seed things are just built
I
on
didn't mean
help.
to. Don't worry about it. Sorry.
These are a twisted abomination of nature, so yeah, he would feel justified in destroying these things.
Okay. Well, in that case, Zine will. I need to look at multitude of sheets now.
Fire elemental.
Not wrong. He's he is going to move.
Elementals are so broken in this
He's
game.
going to move out 30 feet.
Mm-hmm. So as not to immolate the party.
Yeah, to here. And he'll just go, finally a challenge. His form will. He'll just like. He'll literally just like light on fire.
Mm-hmm.
His skin starts to molt away to magma as his form grows and shifts and writhes before he turns a large fire elemental.
Please hold. You should now be able to control him.
This sheet aside right now.
You should be able to control that token.
Yes.
And if you'll give me a second.
Let's say I have the sheet up.
You have the sheet already?
Not on Roll20. Well,
Oh, well then.
I have it on D.
Please hold. Where are you? Brandon, there you are. Now check your folder. You should have the fire elemental.
Dude.
So there you go. Now you can just click on the attacks whenever you need to. You're welcome.
Okay. And utilizing the movement speed of the elemental,
Mm-hmm.
he is going to.
Now, you would still be considered. You would still subtract
Yeah, he has 20
your
more feet.
movement. Okay, good deal.
He's going to come right up in here.
Mm-hmm. Which would catch both of them across because they are 20 feet from each other, or 10 feet apart. Excuse me.
Yeah, they both of these twisted treants here
Mm-hmm.
will immediately take 9 fire damage.
However, they are vulnerable, so that will be 18.
They are both lit on fire.
On fire!
Yep.
Okay.
And they'll continue to take 1d10 fire damage at the start of their turns.
Okay.
And he is going to turn to this one here
Mm-hmm.
and will punch it twice in the face.
Okay. Sure, that's a thing. Miss.
Miss.
Miss! For once.
Yeah.
Elementals are broken. No, just druids are broken. Let's just figure it together.
I'm just going to move Zines too.
That's fine. You can move his pog out of the way.
I'll just keep him like where the other is.
That'll work.
But yeah, there's no longer Zine.
If you right click, you should be able to group them together. Like if you highlight, like select both of them, switch it to your pointer, and then highlight, select both of them, and then you should be able to right click and group them together.
Yeah.
Perfect. There you go. Now you can move them together. Gillet! I'm teaching things.
Yeah.
There is no more lizard.
There's a giant fire whirling death tornado.
Yeah.
Gil's just like, I'm going to let that happen, and he's going to turn on his heel and start running over and beating up on this guy.
Again, Gillet just strikes me as Tony Shalhoub from Galaxy Quest. He's just like, oh, that's a hell of a thing. Just nonchalant. All right. You're heading over to that one and punchy, kicky, kicky.
I mean, fiery short sword first.
Both of those will hit.
All right.
Okay. So the fire damage is maximized.
By the way, Elementals HP. Because I have scroll wheel.
Say again, I'm sorry.
I'm going to keep track of the Elementals HP
on the token itself, that's fine. And then that damage, we're going to do that right there with. Okay. Is that okay.
And then flurry of blows.
All right. The 17 hits, the 13 does not.
I figured.
Okay. Is that your turn?
That is.
So you punched a tree. How much bludgeoning damage do you think? How effective is bludgeoning damage versus a tree? I mean, you can knock one down with a sledgehammer, but an axe works better, right? All right. Yenfir.
Okay, well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm attuned to the wrong season, so
are going to try to kill you. I attuned to the wrong season. You woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
Minor illusion. Okay.
You minor illusioning? Then I'm not there.
Literally. Yeah. Okay. That's not gonna work. Fuck.
No.
Let me just quickly figure my shit out. I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt instead.
Okay, which one are you casting it at?
On this guy right here.
Okay, go for it. Go ahead and roll to attack. That will hit.
And I'm gonna cast it at like 4th level because I'm not fucking
I'm gonna cast it at like 17th level.
Yeah.
Alright, so 21 points of damage. Alright. The bolt flies across there, striking the tree, and it's lit up in this kind of radiant energy. The next attack against it has advantage.
Wink.
What else are you doing? Is that your turn?
I am going to use my bonus action to inspire. Who shall be chosen today?
No, Steve.
Let's say maybe the death tornado over on the right.
Don't you still have?
No.
Don't you still have my inspiration though?
No, inspiration
Jack,
goes
what's
away
your
after
attack?
10 minutes.
This one. Why?
Keep going.
Okay. All right. I'm going to inspire Arneth.
All right, Arneth, you have a D8 inspiration die. All right. Is that your turn then?
Yes.
Grimly!
It's me.
You magnificent bastard.
Tiny, magnificent. What I am.
I
That's
apologize.
weird. No, it's okay.
I'll get it right
Get
next
it right.
It's just tight. I'm gonna hit with lightning.
Okay,
hit with
which
thunder.
one?
I'm gonna call lightning on guy. Call lightning.
time. Okay, call lightning on that guy.
See how it is. I turn into a fire elemental. You summon a thunderstorm.
Well, not really a thunderstorm. I mean, I could control water if I was gonna panic about the fire, but I'm not gonna panic about the fire. Just
You kidding me? He's doing his best not to.
He's like, I was just gonna hit it with a level 4 lightning bolt.
Only Grimly can prevent forest fires. All right, so that's a dexterity saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Oof, that's gross.
I'll say I also think that this house is probably on fire.
I almost want to say like I'm gonna use channel divinity, but I'm not because it's too late now.
Okay. No, it's not too late. It's still your turn.
Well, I could max damage him with divinity.
Then max damage it. You got it.
Do it.
Do it. Let's do it. I'll do that. That was
Divine
on
Wrath.
four.
So it's 1d. What is it? 1d. So it's 3d10 plus at higher level. So it'd be 4d10.
Yep.
So it'd be 40 points of damage.
Mhm.
That's disgusting.
Awesome. There you go.
Nice.
It strikes down right on top of the creature, nearly splintering the wood. You can watch as it's kind of reeling from it. This, not even making noise, just kind of as it spins in the air, or not spins in the air, but kind of like shakes in place where it's at. All right, is that your turn?
Yeah.
Callista, you guys are so lucky that I critical failed my initiative. That's really the only thing. You all get to go first.
Oh, we all get to go first after they threw fucking rocks at us?
Sure. You didn't.
Hide
But did you die?
No, you
You
didn't.
hit me with a critical hit, boy. You chill.
But did you die?
You took a third of my health away.
Me bleeding and crying on the ground.
All right, Callista, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
She is going to move her hands, and then she is just going to launch a fireball at 5th level, right on top of this guy right here, because
Fireball near me. I'm a to it.
20 feet radius hits both of them.
Okay, so you're gonna
all
catch.
3 of them.
So you're catching this dude right, Chaw.
Yeah.
All right, so I need to give you dexterity saving throws from all 3 of them.
Yes, sir.
Oof.
And I don't need to make one because I'm immune to fire. Planning. I love it.
Failure.
All right.
And a failure.
Wow.
And a failure. So that's 39.
Except it's fire
Doubled.
damage.
So it's
78.
vulnerable, which is doubled. So 78 points of damage to
Each.
this cat. Yep. 78 points of damage to this homie. And 78 points of damage to this mother fracker. Okay.
Also,
Nice.
I'm gonna ask a question, just because
Mhm.
it makes sense to me, but I don't know how you want to handle it. The fire spreads around corners. It ignites flammable objects in the area that aren't being worn or carried.
Oh yeah, the houses, the dried tinder and the wood and stuff like
These
that. I
things
mean,
are
this.
trees.
Yeah, no, they're on fire.
Excellent.
Well, I'll say the 2 by side were already on fire.
Yep, they are on fire. All right, is that your
Good
turn?
thing we got everybody out of this town first.
Right?
Um,
burn the place
they
to
won't
the
have
ground.
time to even come
I
back to.
can just imagine everything here is just on fire, and Zion as a fire elemental is just like.
They're like in the distance. They're not even that far. They just see the red, and they're just like,
Like, what the?
Okay,
"What?"
then it'll be 2 sorcery
Mhm.
points against the one that's in front of Gillet
Okay.
for Ray of Frost.
Okay. That's an attack roll,
It is. Which means I get advantage.
which has
again.
advantage. That'll hit. All right.
Okay, that's it.
Cool. Their turn.
No.
The 2 by Zion takes 6 fire damage.
Mm-hmm. Hang on just a second. Five, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he lobs another rock. All right, so you said the ones around take fire damage?
6.
6. This one is dead.
Okay.
Smoldering to the ground, you watch as the branches try to shake the fire out. As it does, swinging left and right, it kind of pirouettes in place and then just kind of topples to the ground. This one is also going to take 6. All right. This one is, I mean, yeah, they're actually pretty smart. 5, 10, trampling on this. 15, 20, 25, 30. This building is just crunched underfoot, and you can hear it. All right, so let's go ahead and resolve some damage then. Steve. 16?
Nope.
Okay. Both branches come down, and you're able to, like, jump onto the arm of one, and as it brings it back up, trying to smack you with the other one, you, like, backward flip and land on the ground. This one, however, is going to throw a rock at the group in the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, left to right, okay?
Yeep.
Jesus, Yenfear.
Leave Yenfear alone!
26 to hit.
Oh.
Oh!
24
I'll,
bludgeoning damage. As another rock just like nearly takes you off your feet.
Nearly.
Nearly.
Thank you.
I'll cast healing next time.
Thanks.
Before he dies, he's going to try to hit this elemental. 26 and 27.
Yeah, it's have an AC of 13.
Yep. Take 29.
Have, as it's
Halve to 15. Halve to 14, excuse me.
Also,
He is taking damage for hitting you.
he's taking 22 fire damage.
Yeah. And this one is going to also throw a rock. He's going to lob it over this building at the fire elemental, because ouch, you son of a bitch. 19 hits.
It's me.
20 have to 10.
I have 78.
That is their turn. Arneth!
Wait, did we kill one?
Yep.
Oh.
Go get him, Arnett.
Yeah, your fireball, like, damn near incinerated that one. He had 2 hit points left, and then he took damage from the fire elemental, so boo-boo!
Yep.
I'm Still going after the one that I've been trying to hit.
That's a miss.
Definitely.
Don't you have an inspiration?
I do.
A critical miss is a critical miss.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Damage. Okay. All right. Is that it for you?
Yeah, I'm not gonna move.
Fire starter. Twisted fire starter.
So I see that one go around the house
Mm-hmm.
and get safe. It's not. I will, because of his fire form, I'm not limited by that house.
Nope, you're not.
So he goes right through it
Yep.
in front of him. And
You are still leaving this one's threat range, though.
yeah,
26. 12 bludgeoning damage.
so I
Have the
take
six.
6, and then it takes 12 fire damage.
12? He's
Yep.
still up. For now.
Okay.
Okay, how about this bad boy?
Yeah, he will take
Just rolling
20.
fire just over this
Wow.
thing.
Yeah, he will take 20 fire damage and is now lit on fire.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to punch him twice.
All right.
Or attempt to, I should say. 16
That will hit.
and a 20.
That will also hit.
So 18, so
No,
48 fire
24,
damage.
48 fire damage takes him down as you bring this fiery tornado that makes up your hands, just kind of reach out and rip at the bark in the tree, pulling it apart. As you do, it's just ash and cinder, and the whole thing just crumbles under the weight of the fire as it burns and eats through the rest of the tree. All right, is that your turn?
I will free action speak in Ignan. That's the only language I can speak right now. It's a fire elemental. Bring me another!
Nobody speaks Ignan, so no one knows what you.
Yeah, I know.
But
Like
it was a cool
crackling
effect.
flames. We're just
So
hearing
all you hear is the
crackling
sound of like a comforting hearth. No, more like a roaring bonfire.
flames. We're all just
All
like,
right. Everyone having aversion to fire.
Yeah. It's just in your all's head. In your all's head, it's just like, where'd the lizard go?
should I cause a storm? Should I make rain come from the sky?
You
I don't
already
know what's
did.
going on here.
I mean, actually, it just says I summon a cloud. It doesn't say I summon a
It's
storm.
just the thunder or the lightning.
Hmm.
Gillet. So it's like the South in the wintertime. We have no rain, but thundercloud and lightning for some reason. We don't know. All right. What are you doing, Gillet? Punching
Well-
it to death.
Yeah, Gillet's thinking of doing some showboating and using his improved movement to climb the mayor's house and jump off to do the Dragonsteel strikes.
Wow.
I encourage every single fucking second of this.
Is Guild afraid that the lizard's showing him up being...
I'm going
Yes, he
to.
is absolutely.
I am going to require you to describe exactly what this is like.
Yeah.
So he.
I totally agree, Chief. Totally agree.
I'm glad you enjoyed that.
I love that. That's exactly the reaction I was going for.
It's all just like nervous smiles. Are like,
It's like y'all are already like, yeah, lizard man, and he's a little bit, intense and something. Just like fire. It's like,
All right.
oh no.
So what are you doing?
All right. So he is starting at the window and just doing a quick sort of like, I want to call it a monkey hop, where he just switches his place with where his hands are with where his feet would then be, jumps up, scrambles onto the shingles,
Mhm.
and just does a backflip up onto the top of the the actual shingles.
It's like, yeah. Okay, so you're up on top of the roof, like on the apex.
And then he does a quick flying swing. He takes the sword in both hands and does a quick slash as he
Awesome.
falls on his way down.
Do it.
Slash.
Both hit. Nice.
Arnav holds up a little 10 sign.
Callista's has a 15.
You just hear a fire.
The fire approves.
Yes,
Everyone-
fire approves.
Everyone's flexing so hard right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ian
as I
meanwhile
think,
is
like,
pinned underneath rocks.
It's like a small cairn being built where Yenfear was, which is great because that's where we'll bury him. Gillet, is that your turn? No, you still have some attack stuff, don't you?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a stunning strike with that as well.
Ooh, okay, so Constitution
Yes.
save. Okay.
Ah,
He succeeds, unfortunately. All right, Yenfear.
Me fear.
Me fear.
Ha 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 ha. Okay. I'm gonna.
It looked amazing.
It was amazing.
I just imagine what you did was grabbed it in both hands, jammed it into him, and then just kind of slid down the tree, just carving a furrow out of it.
doing my best.
All right, Yenfear. Do something magical.
I will hit this guy.
Okay, what are you going to hit him with?
Toll the Dead. At. Hold on. Let me check what the higher levels are. I don't think I have access to that anyway, so I'll just cast it at first.
Well, I mean, you
Toll the
shouldn't
Dead's-
cast. Toll the Dead's a cantrip. It shouldn't be casting at a higher level.
Yeah, I don't know why it's asking me. Whatever.
Well, let me fix it for you because I know what's going on.
Help!
Help me, DM. You're my only hope. So when you put it on there, I just fixed this for somebody else. Toll the Dead. Do it as an attack roll, and then the damage type is 1d. Was it 1d8 necrotic or 1d12 if it's been damaged? Is that right?
Yeah.
It's D12 if it's been.
1d12 necrotic. So what you're going to do is there's a cantrip progression, and you do cantrip dice. And then whenever you cast it, it should tell you, hey, yeah. All right, I've fixed it for you. Go ahead and go over your core again. You should be able. I don't mean to click that button.
This one.
It's an attack roll, so we should still have.
Toll the Dead? I thought it's a saving throw.
Toll the Dead is a wisdom save.
Oh, it is
Yeah,
a wisdom save. Sorry. It right down here. I forgot to do that. Saving throw is no effect, none. Right? As if it saves, it takes no
Yeah.
damage. Okay. There we go. Now, if you click on it, it should do it right.
Well, no. Hold on.
Cantrips, if you save,
Oh, okay,
there's no
okay.
damage.
Gotcha.
bam, that's how it should look.
There!
With a DC 12?
Because it
Spell
is.
But it's still Jack's spell DC. It's not the wisdom spell DC. It's Jack's. Which should be at least a 16.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we know what the DC is.
Well, okay, that's fine. I'll fix it in a minute.
Okay.
I don't know why I didn't fix it. See, spellcasting ability. That's why. Because the spellcasting ability was set for none. It's your wisdom, though, for cleric spells.
True.
So it's going to be lower, but it's still not going to be. Bam. That's what it should be.
Okay.
So, anyways, let's take a look and see. See, that only rolled 1d12 because your spell for your cleric is only 2. So it's 1d12 at that level.
Okay.
That's the weird thing about things. Anyways, wisdom saving throw. Now that we've got that all.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, wisdom saving throw. Succeeds.
Well, fuck me then. Guess I'll just
For all
fucking
that.
lay down and die.
Well, you do have rocks on top of you. What else would you like to do when your word ends?
I'm just gonna put my head on Callista's shoulder. I'm just over it.
I'm hurt.
Please do something. Please, can we kill them already?
Okay.
I'm so tired.
That's your turn.
Yeah.
Grimly. Yenfear just lays dramatically in the. Fine, kill me, I guess.
Kill me, I guess.
Oh, well, I'm gonna do that, and it should be able to hit everybody.
It's 60 feet. Yep.
Everybody gets a heal.
That's so delicious. Thank
For
you.
those of you who need it, 23.
I'm now at
bless.
95 HP. Thank you.
Yay!
I'm looking at you, Arneth.
What?
Being a moon
You hit
druid
me?
is wonderful.
You hit me once.
All right,
It's
Grimly.
funny. I started this
Don't
because
think
of
I
that fire.
have anything else I can do.
Okay. Then we are going to go to Callista.
Just a
Roll a d6 for me, please.
Huh?
Roll 1d6 for me, please.
Why?
Because they take damage.
But the two oh right.
All right, this one actually dies.
Ah!
I'm about to say if that didn't kill it, it was going to be taken
Alright.
in fire damage. It started its turn anyway.
Then we're doing fireball centered here. Because it won't hit Gillet.
Okay. Gillet has evasion, screw it.
Doesn't matter. It's not gonna hit Gillet. I am not Yenfear.
I mean,
No,
who
you're
did
not
you,
Rollin.
who
Rollin.
Yeah.
Rollin.
Wrong twink.
Say
Grimly's there's another tree there.
Cannon.
Grimly saw Callista down Yenfear when he first met her, so
Yeah, Callista
and
has.
like almost downed Arneth.
Yeah, you've tossed plenty of fireballs into our group.
I try not to. I
Every
try not to.
every single match so far.
Yeah,
I love
we're
how I
doing that.
gave her like the opportunity to fireball too, because I take advantage of this form.
All right, so they need to make 17 saving throws or take full damage.
17 saving throws. That's a bit
And that's what I
excessive.
heard. I was like, oh.
17.
That's a lot of
that's
fireballs
one
you're
failure,
throwing there.
and that's 2 failures.
For a
So they are
grand
going to-
total of
Let's see, that's 49. Double that would be 98. Do either of them have? Nope. Does this one have? Yes! Haha!
I didn't even know that one was on the field, to be
it's
honest.
still standing.
Yeah.
Alright, well, 2 sorcery points into Ray of Frost.
Okay. You're gonna slow it down. You light it on fire and then cool it off. What are you
Yes,
trying to
but to say,
do?
like,
Crack it? It's like-
I mean, it's going to be a lot more brittle for Gillet's fists now.
all right, go ahead.
I'll say if
do that.
Arneth doesn't,
Yeah, that'll hit.
there's going to be a fire elemental coming down the way real quick.
True.
All right. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
All right. His turn. He's gonna move here and just try to pummel this thing. Oh. Oh, okay. 17.
No.
Jeez.
I love how it's. I
It's
love
still
how
trying to
it's
like pat the fire out, so it's like.
I love how its critical
Oh.
failure is an 11.
Mhm,
By the way, I love that plus 10 to hit. It's great.
mhm. And yet
Oh,
still
magic surge.
missed. Okay, that is its turn. Arneth. Do something awesome.
Do something awesome? I don't think I have anything awesome.
Let's say if you don't kill it, I know
That's a
exactly.
lie.
That's a lie. I mean, I technically have the blade, but
You can move your hunter's mark, by the way.
yeah, I will do that.
Okay, moving hunter's mark.
It's like I have the hollow fire blade, but the cost of using it.
Mm.
You don't wanna take a chance. You don't wanna show Zine what that's all about.
I mean, when Zion's currently a giant, writhing, whirling tornado of fiery murder doom death.
Do it. Come on.
You want me to do it? Okay.
Fortune favors the bold.
Just use your bow.
I mean, trust me, if the bow doesn't take it out, Zion probably will.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the bow's probably not gonna take it out unless you critical, and
And you're Chief. You haven't crit once yet, so
this is weird.
it's coming.
I'm just gonna.
I
do
say
it.
go for the blade, but that's me.
There's one left.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
But-
pull it out this time.
Oh, come on, it's not cumulative. You know that. Well, it's cumulative in that combat, but it's not cumulative over the usage.
Okay, I'll do it. Just for
Yes!
Yeah.
gonna whip it out. Just say,
Zine,
peer
you
pressure,
watch
peer
as Arneth slings the bow and draws what looks like an old hilt from a weapon. And as Arneth draws it forth, what does he say?
no peace.
No peace. And the blade, there's nothing where the blade is, and all of a sudden it just flames to life. It's this baleful blade, this baleful glow, like a ghostly greenish white flame.
Oh, this is Grimly's first time seeing it too.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So.
The word, but I love how, I can just imagine you that way too, as he draws the hilt from the scabbard, and he just kind of hangs his head and says, "No peace."
He's just loving
very
it.
somber.
Mhm.
All right,
All right,
Roll
let's
to
see if I
attack.
can actually hit.
you got this. That'll hit it. Oh yeah, that'll hit it.
So clearly, what needed to happen here, Chief, is you needed to hit with your own plus 10.
Yeah.
19, and it is fire, right?
Yeah. I guess it has the name.
Oops, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to click that.
Just add some more damage on this.
No, I didn't.
I'm not complaining.
Yeah, no, you're not. I need to remind myself.
Nice.
Jesus, it's been so long since we've used this thing.
Watch it see necrotic.
Did I? Oh, it's radiant damage.
Mhm.
All right. I'm trying to remember. I know you have to make a save, but it doesn't make a save, does it?
What?
Against the blade. I don't have my notes on it now.
You can go to my sheet because it's in there.
Where did you put it on your second page?
No, it's not. It's like below characters. It's in handouts.
Oh.
Me.
Yeah. Got it. Yes. That's right. It's on critical. It does that.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right, cool. So it's radium. It takes every single stitch of that damage. It's still there, but you watch as it kind of recoils from the strike of the blade as you take huge chunks out of it with each swing that you do. Now I do need you to give me that roll.
1d100. I have to do it right now.
Let's see. Luckily, sap the strength. When summoned, there's a 10% chance. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, you're safe.
Woo!
Hey.
This time.
Yeah. And it accumulates. So if it continues on and you use it again, it accumulates on the next round. So, yeah, you strike it, but there's this moment, little bead of perspiration. All right, is that your turn? Did you do your hunter's mark damage?
No. Because
that counts as well. Mm-hmm. It's all your attacks.
Okay.
So that's awesome. It's 8 more. Ooh, man, this thing is almost dead. Come on. Zine.
Uses full movement speed. Just barely avoid.
Just lighting all the marketplace on fire as he goes.
He's going right through the market, moving into nutrient space.
Uh-huh.
Because I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Light it on fire.
Begrudgingly, I am well aware of the abilities of the fire elemental and the druid.
For 16 fire damage.
And that is enough to immolate and destroy.
So Zion's like, he's just going to roll up on this thing, crash
engulfs
into it,
in
just engulf it, like move through it.
It's really hot where you're standing right now, both Gillet and Arnett.
Okay, Calcifer.
Tree is burned to ashes and cinder. I need Zine to give me a wisdom saving throw, please. There is an angry sound in your head, but you maintain your own headspace. Well done. 27. Nice.
The elemental just turns and stares down.
All right.
And we'll go back around here, sort of head towards this way. And as it does, its form will start to shrink and shrink until the tornado turns into legs. The swirling, writhing mounds of fire fists turn into claws until fire sort of like walks out into Zine, just with like wisps of smoke and fire.
It's kind of cool.
Until that disappears too. He'll just walk over here to Yinfi.
As Zine, not as fire elemental.
As I.
Shwa!
What's
And at third level. Have 19.
19. You lick your wounds, you pick yourselves up, and you start to put as much distance between this accursed place and you as you can. Starting out on the road, heading toward, I'm going to assume, Reedsong.
On the way to Lansport.
Mm-hmm.
And that is where we're going to take a short break. Give us about 10 minutes. We'll be right back. Please don't go anywhere. Please come back. I have an announcement turning a giveaway, and not a video game, but a hardcover book. One of the D&D hardcover books. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. We're going to go refresh our drinks, go to the restroom. While I've got you all captive here for just a few more moments, if you have Twitch and you have, if you have Amazon Prime, you have a Twitch Prime sub that you can give. We would love to have your gift of a sub, or if you would like to gift a sub to us, we would appreciate it. Anything that you donate helps to go towards us paying for licensing for all of the software that we use and all of the maps that we purchase and all of the little tokens and things that we have. We appreciate your guys' support. If you can't give anything, that's perfectly fine. We enjoy having you here. Just give us a chat in the channel. And don't forget, we also have a Discord channel, so feel free to bang Discord, and then that should pull the link up for someone. And again, we'll be back in about 10 minutes or so, and we'll see you there, and we'll wrap up for the night. Thank you so much. We'll be right back, guys.
be dreaming. I'll 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 be dreaming.
I wonder what went wrong today, eh? Why do I feel like I linger? Linger between the words to say, eh? To say the words to remember. Now we're here to take control over your body and over your soul. We're gonna take back everything and lose it all. Lose it all. Lose it all. Feel it in your arms. Feel it in your legs. Feel it on your fingertips and feel it in your head. Just let your body go. Just let your body go. Just let your body go and move to the rhythm. Now we won't go back home today, eh? Until the very last hour. We still got a few more days to slay, eh? It's gonna get so much louder. Now we're here to take control over your body and over your soul. We're gonna take back everything and lose it all. Lose it all. Lose it all. Feel it in your arms. Feel it in your legs. Feel it on your fingertips.
systems fall apart. Solar flares arrive. Buildings collapse. Only a few will survive. The world as we know it will no longer be there. Water is gone. A new era has begun. Prepare yourself for the apocalypse. The apocalypse.
I was thinking about that hair braid.
We're back.
the other day. Oh, hi.
Oh, hi.
What's up?
See, if you were on camera, you could have seen that I was getting the signal that we're going live. And
Yeah, that's
But-
true.
but no, you want to be like.
Listen, I'm dressed like a Christmas tree right now. Not even.
That is awesome. What are you talking about? Who doesn't love Christmas trees?
Besides the fact that it's almost March.
Yeah.
You shush.
Well, festive.
There's always time for Christmas, I suppose.
I mean, I guess.
It'd be Yin Spurse instead of Yin Fur? No? That's too much of a reach. Oh well,
Yeah.
I tried.
Yeah, nice stretch there.
You tried.
You did great.
I feel honored to even get the slow clap with that one.
Wasn't quite on par with some of the other ones that you've given us.
Treason. The treason.
Treason.
You've committed treason.
Oh, that's just lazy.
Yeah.
Go back to the drawing board with you.
All right.
You've set yourself a standard, Steve, and
You're not hitting your own bar, my friend.
That's okay. I've disappointed my family before.
Holy shit.
Uh,
Big oof there, bro. Big oof.
Gosh. Backstories are so much fun.
Oh, man.
Still got a long ways to go.
We really do, yeah.
The road heading north out of Lanceport takes you, or excuse me, gosh, Lanceport, you're not there yet. The road north out of Adelar is starting to show signs of being overcome by whatever is affecting this area. Eventually, though, the dying, twisted trees give way to the green life that you're used to seeing in this part of Adelar. Excuse me, of Kyrith.
Is there a patch of like thick grass once we get far enough away from all of that?
Yeah, there's grass enough, I'll say.
I'm gonna go graves.
No, Zion's just gonna like take like
Rude.
a few minutes. He's just gonna flop in it, just lay in the grass for a bit.
Aww. That's so
while
sweet.
he's doing his grass lay, Callista is going to be looking for wildflowers.
Oh, is this a flower moment?
You can find some here and there.
Okay, and I'm just gonna start collecting them.
Okay.
And I like separate them into separate colors and stuff.
Sure.
Find
You know, just-
either vines or long blades of grass.
Just girl things.
Just tiefling girl things.
Just tiefling girl things.
The usual.
All right. You guys, you see the signs of the wagon moving ahead of you. They did have a day's head start, and while you're on foot, they are actually in carts.
Or I burn town.
And you did take time to burn the town down.
Yeah, it takes time to,
It does.
raise
It truly does.
villages.
It
Take me too long.
takes a party to raise a village. Is that what?
I mean, no, that's not what I was saying, but I like that better. So
That's
yes,
made it
pretend
took
that's
me
what
like
I said.
let's say it took me the equivalent of like what, a minute to like light the entire southern half of the village on fire just by moving
As
around.
you just like boogaloo through the town
Yeah.
on fire.
Yeah.
What up, bitches?
I mean,
Choo
you
choo,
said
motherfucker.
Boogaloo when you could have gone with hot-footed.
That's true.
Oh, missed opportunity.
You're much better. You're much better at the puns than I am. Oh well.
So
You're
as
just,
as
why
we're
aren't you a
walking-
bard? I don't understand.
Because we couldn't handle this if this is what he was 24/7.
Oh, that's true.
If now
why
I'm
I'm
gonna
really
force
glad
him to
that-
be a bard in whatever we do next.
Please,
This is
God.
why I'm really glad that you're not this quick on your feet like that, Jack.
Wow, thanks.
I love
bitch,
you.
First
I
of
love
all.
you. But
Fuck
imagine all
Second
of
of all.
this all the time.
Would be amazing. Hello. Also, I hate you. Blocked reported.
Okay, fuck you too, bitch.
My
no,
players, everyone.
As
Welcome
they
back.
walk, as they walk, she first makes a small little flower crown of blue flowers.
Mhm.
A little thing of blue forget-me-nots.
Mhm.
Just a tiny little crown. And then she kind of catches up to where Grimly is riding on Arnath's shoulders and reaches up, and it is a reach, but she gets the crown sitting on Grimly's hair. You're
His
muted.
Red hair.
Oh, I refuse that.
Like you should be
Notion.
surprised at some point in time. It's just conditioning to go. I'm
Yeah.
muted. I'm muted.
I should
Every
just
time.
automatically check from now on. He will take them, and then probably within 15 minutes, if you're not paying attention, he's probably going to try and eat them.
Just see like a little blue petal sticking out of his mouth.
That is exactly what I have written.
Ah, that's cute. That's really cute.
All right.
The next ones are. Fuck, what color were they? I want to say they were red. Yes, they were red. She makes a crown of red flowers, and then she actually has to ask Zine to like lean down this time because there is no way she is getting that on top of his head.
She climbs him like a jungle gym.
Nope, she has more respect for him than that.
Me, however,
Fear, respect. Sure.
same thing.
Yeah, something like that.
He,
And then she sets the crown of red flowers on his head.
let's say, as he stands up, will use his druidic magic to cause it to unfurl, sort of become like a circlet around his forehead. As it sort of grows, wraps around his horns, lengthens, turns to like vines.
Druid crafting.
Yeah, it turns into vines and leaves and various color palettes that will accentuate his own scale color as it sort of goes all the way down his back and
Fashion, baby,
intertwines
love
with his spines until it looks like he's wearing a cloak.
Okay, show off.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next one is the brightest yellow flower she could find for Yinfir.
Aww.
And a small selection of green flowers and sturdy vines for Arnath. That's a bit of a challenge to try and get it on Arneff's head around where Grimly is holding on to Arneff's hair.
And then 15 minutes later, that one's gone too.
we just look over here. Arneth go, what the fuck? And Grimly's like on his head.
Like bits of hair in his mouth.
Wow.
I won't eat it. It's not mine.
He would happily accept that.
Mm-hmm.
Lean down, give her a little smooch on the cheek, and thanks.
Her illusion goes just as pink as the next flowers, which are missing out of her pouch.
As she's looking, Gillet's going to place a crown that he has made, rather more haphazardly than hers, on her own head.
No.
I'll say just because Zine recognizes this as a first one he's actually gotten.
One of
as they're traveling, since we're far enough away from the town, is going to wild shape.
You don't have any uses left, my dear.
It
It takes 2 uses of wild shape to turn into an elemental.
Yeah, I know, but I know we're continually traveling to Lanceport.
or to Reed Song, which still takes 2 days to get there.
Yeah, it
So
takes us 2 days to get to Reed Song.
Thought we
And we
rested.
haven't rested yet. We haven't rested.
Ah, okay. Ignore that. I'll get back to you.
Hold that.
But she's gonna look up to Gillet, and she is going to gently pull him down because he is so much taller than she is. He's so short. And she is going to give him a kiss.
Oh, everybody collectively.
But no, you don't have one.
He's going to take her hand, point her straight in the nose. I do.
She is just going to.
I'm dead and dying.
She is going to walk next to him, real close, with her arm around his waist and her head rested against his shoulder. And the crown of flowers sits on her head above the illusion, so everybody can see it.
Oh,
Zine just kind of leans down a little bit while he's walking by Yanfir and goes, "Is this some form of soft skin ritual?"
Yeah.
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 Just like that. Yeah.
For everybody who's watching, this was actually a scene that I had written for Valentine's Day for the party.
Yeah, so cute. Join the Discord and you can read our, writing and
see people's art, like Chiefs,
And
who is
see people's
above
art.
me.
cough. Yes.
And Atlas and
Atlas and Jack, who's not
Yenfir
on cam,
and
so I can't point at them.
Crumb and all sorts of fun stuff. So feel free to join us.
Yeah. It's fun times, man.
All right. First day passes. You take watch, but there's a stillness about the forest. Not the stillness as though there are absence of animals, but there's more of a calm almost. And you can set watches if you'd like to, but you're not sure what. There seems to be some sort of just presence, I would say, is the best way to describe it. But it lends to this effect. You remember walking in the glade of the archdruid there in Aethir's forest, and the calm that passed over while you were in their glade, their holy sanctuary, and that feeling of reverence. It's reminiscent of that, but it's not nature-based. It's just this general feeling of your anxieties and fears and things being allayed. And you're not sure what's going on. But you set up camp. If you'd like to set watches, you may.
Let's say Zine is going to find the largest tree near camp. It's like still close by camp. He'll sit down with his back against bark, his staff in his lap, and just spend 3 charges to you, and just kind of just listen to the forest.
As you close your eyes or kind of do that like half-lidded thing to take in the moment, it starts as a whisper in there, and then you realize that it's being joined. It's the voice of the forest, wind through the boughs of the trees, the light breeze that makes the grass sway, the sound of chirps and squeaks of animals, and it plays a unique symphony that can only be heard if it takes the time to delve deep inside. And as you sit there and commune, you can realize that they're singing a song that is both ancient and unfamiliar as it is new and comforting and familiar. It's a creation song. It's a song of life. It's a song of renewal. Being so close to all of this blight and devastation and death, it's almost, it's a strange juxtaposition. It's going in 90 miles, slam on the brakes and be reversed in the other. It's jarring. But at the same time, you can't help but find yourself, maybe not completely, but slightly swaying with the sound. And as you're listening, they say a name, and it's sung over and over again. You realize voices, and it's the name of Sejret. For those of you who aren't familiar, Sejret is one of the gods who walks the realms of Kyreth. And they're bobbing back and forth as they say his name.
Zine, while he's communing Zine with, he's actually smiling. Probably for the first time that
That's
anybody's
gotta look really weird for a lizard folk.
It's like the smiling dogs.
Yeah, but he's smiling. He's sort of bobbing kind of back and forth a little bit as his tail kind of sways in the grass tree. And he will speak in the druidic tongue.
Mm-hmm.
And ask the forest if it can.
You're not sure. It doesn't respond in the way that you want to, or that you would expect, where it answers you directly back. But your words aren't lost on the wind. They seem to add to the mix of the song as it continues to play. You realize, or maybe half realize and don't, that you're the only one that can hear this. That the rest of them aren't tuned in to hearing this sound. But at the same time, you see this peaceful glow about them. This, though they may not hear the song and recognize what it is, you can see that it's having an effect on them. And
I'm real cozy right now.
Mm-hmm.
didn't get the answer you were looking for where it says, yes, we can hear you. But you get the idea that your words spoken to them will be added to the song in its proper place.
He will let the forest know about the light, the sound. Sort of add his voice to the chorus, as it were. And he will also call out for that god,
Sagerat.
Sagerat. He will call to his god.
And as you whisper the names or call out to them, in response, it's like an echoing of the chorus as they call out Sagerat. And like hearing thistles, dried thistles that rattle in the breeze and chime to it, they seem to respond. Not a dark, threatening sound, but more of like listening to bamboo chimes. You know, the bamboo wind chimes that kind of rock and knock about. And it's kind of, it's peaceful. And the song dies down and quiets and goes to a whisper and fades away.
I'll say, and for the party, Zine looks most at peace, calm, just happy. You've probably never seen it.
Which could be alarming if you've.
I mean, he did just burn down a town.
He seemed pretty damned happy to burn down a town. I'm just saying.
I mean, at the time, he was a whirling tornado of fiery death.
I mean,
But-
wouldn't you be excited?
All right. Are you going to keep watch?
I will.
I want to keep watch with Arneth.
Okay.
Say, and
Don't you fucking laugh.
say him before
Who is
Poor
still giving me
Zine.
silent treatment, by the way.
He's still mad?
Yes.
You're cutting out there a little bit, Eric. What were you saying?
Sorry, I was almost talking to myself. So I was realizing this would take me 8 hours to do if I did this. So I don't know. DM rule, I guess. If I use the awaken spell from the staff,
Mm-hmm.
would it still require the 8 hours?
If you're going to use the awaken where you actually awaken something, yes.
So the staff itself is own spell.
Sorry, say that again.
So this, if he uses it with the charges from the staff itself and not the spell.
Yeah, it would still. It's
Okay.
because of the magic. You know, it takes that time.
You know what? I will take it or take the risk of having a point of exhaustion.
Okay.
And in memory and Zine in memory of that moment, that peaceful moment he just had, he will spend 5 charges of his staff to wake the tree that he's against.
Okay, so awakening the tree that he's sitting against?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else taking a watch? That Arneth and Yenfir are?
I don't think Grimly would be much help. He's probably asleep, like, over.
He's already like out.
He's a little baby. He needs his
Every once in a while. In his sleep.
Yeah.
Barks like a dog. Oh, Jesus, he scared the shit out of me. This fucking dog. Yeah. So I am, yes, I'm taking watch with Arneth, even though he's.
Oh, thank you, Callie, for the host. Thank you so much.
Ah, thank you. You're awesome.
Thank you.
Even though he's still being dramatic,
Maybe
I'll
this is
do
the
my-
point where you should take a chance to talk to him.
You're
No,
you're over there
ew.
canoodling.
Communication.
Go canoodle.
Go canoodle. Yeah.
I just want everybody to be as happy as I am right in this very moment.
Wow. I'm perfectly happy.
No,
Isn't
you're
that
not.
right? Arnett, we're perfectly happy.
The
I
love of
mean-
your life is upset.
I mean, Zion is very happy right now. Not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
but he's also in the
happy
midst of
except
doing
Arnett.
something with his staff, and I mean, you know.
Well, yeah, but he is totally at peace. He's actually willing to forego taking a rest tonight. So
All right. As you two sit and have a conversation that I'm pretty sure neither one of you awkward but beautiful people would have on screen, maybe you would. What are you doing?
On the conversation.
I am rolling to apologize, and I'm just kidding.
And you would critical fail.
Rolling
I
to
just feel.
Can I roll deception?
no, just
Um,
I totally want to see you roll a d20 now, just to see what would happen.
Honestly, I will. Let's do
Are-
it.
Are you? So what are you doing?
My goodness.
Ooh. Yeah, I was never good with these words. I
can't word good.
Listen, I've never been a
All right.
wordsmith. I'm just a singer.
You're a bard.
I stole all my songs from Oasis. I don't know. They're all covers. I'm a fraud. It's I try. I try to be nice. Arneth can still be mad at me. I'm used to it. It's okay.
I feel like the conversation is like Yinfir not understanding why Arneth is upset, but he's still trying to apologize anyway.
Literally, yes.
And,
So basically, Yinfir is any guy.
yeah.
I don't
Sorry, you
understand
know why you're apologizing?
No.
I'm
I love
sorry.
you.
Help? Whatever I did, is it help? No, you don't even know what you did.
It makes me
Look.
madder, actually.
I'm just trying to apologize, but you don't know what you're apologizing for. So don't just apologize arbitrarily.
Stop being so dramatic. I'm sorry.
So what we're basically saying is that of the two relationships that are in this party, Yinfir and Arneth are probably the more realistic.
Yeah.
No. Yinfir, or not Yinfir. Callista and Gillen are in honeymoon phase.
Yeah, that's true. We've gotten over it.
Arneth
and Yinfir already have a kid. They're done. They're over it. No.
They're just over there going, I don't understand why we have to get... I told you I don't like scallops.
Look at them over there, so happy. Fuck.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
Oh god, I love you guys so much. I'm actually, there's
All right.
tears in my eyes. Okay. Yeah, basically me trying to apologize the entire time. Very confused.
That's
And Arneth is like, you could have died.
But I didn't! That's great!
No, that's not the right response. But
Like,
I did
nothing
it.
happened.
Not the right
But
response.
I didn't!
you're asleep.
Yeah, you're not here for this, okay? So keep on snoozing there, little sleeping beauty.
I will. My half work's not mad at me.
He just shake his head and like turn and sit like this.
But
Arms folded.
would a treat make you feel better?
And upstairs.
No.
I have to. Are you sure?
Would you love me for a Scooby snack?
Literally.
No.
Come on.
What has science done?
Look, I'm fine. I'm fine. Nothing even happened. I'm not even convinced it was a real potion, to be honest.
That's not the point. So far from the point. Just be more careful. Be more considerate. Think about others before you act.
What? I think about others all the time. What are you talking about? Okay, I understand you just want to be upset right now, and that's totally your right. So you...
I want to be.
I can't imagine this being quiet enough for any of us to still be asleep.
It's your right. It's totally fine. If you want to be upset, you are totally free to be upset. I will leave you alone until you're done being upset. You come get me when you're done. And then I will just turn around and try to roll for stealth. I will just turn around and try to scan the forest.
Arneth's gonna get up and go for a little walk around the perimeter.
I'm just gonna go for a walk before I punch this guy.
Before he punches in fear.
No one feels like talking to Zion. He's just chilling.
Listening. He's
So,
casting a spell.
so
He's a great
you
listener.
are taking a walk, then.
Yes,
Okay.
around the perimeter. Just make sure everything's
You
safe.
cross near the road again, where you guys are just off there. It's dark enough that the sun is long set. The moon is out, but it's bright enough that it illuminates a figure walking down the road, not from Adalar, but from Reed's song. A Kamat. Older, leaning on a staff, golden, like a golden or like a marigold colored, like a saffron colored robe on. And they're just walking, and they kind of stop a distance from you. Kind of holds up a hand and, "Hail, friend. No mean, no harm. Saw the fire, heard voices. Just was heading this way. What's beyond the road in that direction?"
What is beyond the road in that direction?
That's back to he's pointing towards Adalar.
I would not go that way if I were you.
Mm.
Unless you're a fan of evil trees
No.
and mean bushes.
Definitely not a fan of either of those. Is everything alright? I thought I heard voices back down the way.
In the direction that Arnaf came from?
No, from your camp. Heard voices
Oh,
this direction.
that was just me and my partner
Mm.
having a discussion.
Sounded
He's still alive.
He's still alive. Survived the encounter.
That speaks a lot more to your restraint than his character.
Wow.
Kudos to you for not murdering him.
I can't believe this.
Since I'm not going to carry on, I'll head back to read some. But do you mind if I sit a spell? I don't want to be any trouble or an intrusion or anything. So, if not, I understand.
I don't mind company.
Huh, good deal. And he kind of straps. You can see he's carrying like a satchel, over his shoulder. Just a plain leather bag, like a messenger bag. It's got the flap folded down. His fur is grayed around the eyes and at the nose, but it was once like a yellow tabby color. The saffron robe kind of matches well with it. It's not a mane, but you could tell that it's like a Maine Coon or something, where kind of fluffy right around their neck. It kind of sticks out from underneath his robe a
10
little
out
bit.
of 10.
10 out of
Yeah,
10. Good
he's-
kitty.
You can tell he's just got this. He's got one of those faces that he's older, but at one point in time he was probably a very commanding presence to behold. He has one of those noble faces. The snout's a little long. His eyes, even though he is older, they're still piercing, even in just the bare moonlight that you can see. They glint just a little bit as the moonlight hits them.
New husband, guys.
Wow. Okay.
Bye, Gimpir.
We have one fucking argument.
Just goes to show how easily replaced you are.
I'm moving
Finds-
back in with my mother. QL.
He finds a comfortable log that's not near your camp, but not far away from it either. And it's right there by the side of the road. He just kind of sits down on it and lays his staff across his lap, and he pulls his pouch around, and he seems to pull something out of there. It's wrapped in thick leaves, and as he unwraps it, you can see that it's some sort of foodstuffs, and he just kind of bites into it and wraps it back up and puts it back in. I was heading down to the coastline, gonna see the ocean one last time. Maybe I'll be better served to head towards Lanceport. But
Lanceport isn't bad.
no, not at all. It's nice this time of year.
That's actually where we're headed.
Oh, well, maybe we'll cross paths again while we're there. Not much left for me. I've kind of roamed all over. Found myself a home here and there. But, it's not a whole lot to... Sorry. It's like the camera switched around. It's like, what happened?
Yeah, I was like, what? Nani?
I'm not sure what happened.
I'm the host.
We've all traded characters just for a couple minutes.
You're now the DM, Eric. Go.
All right. Well, perhaps we'll see.
Nice try.
That was weird. That shouldn't have dropped the connection like that.
So, what's your name?
Arneth. And yours?
Tom.
Tom.
Sure.
Yeah.
Tom.
Can I roll an insight?
Feel free.
Okay.
Go.
Part of me really hopes that this is actually wandering on.
Sure, Tom.
Yeah.
Hopes that it's what?
So part of me really hopes this is that wandering that's just kind of like showed up in the forum just to see what's going on.
Tom.
You mean
Decent
Uthazar?
name.
No,
No.
he means Sejret.
Ah,
Sage
Is it just Tom, or is it like Thomas?
Well, no, it's a lot longer than that, but no point in messing up your evening with hearing an old story from me based in my name.
My
So Tom will do.
evening has gone downhill quickly. Can't make it any worse. I promise you that.
Rude.
Once, and he kind of looks at the sky for a second, and he turns one way, and then turns another, and then he kind of turns around, and so that he's like, and he points like in the distance. That way's the ocean, right? Sorry, I got my bearings right. That way is the ocean. Once upon a time, long ago, I sailed across it. Not in a sky ship that they have now where they can easily make it across, but in the old-fashioned kind. My job to sit in the crow's nest and watch. And I remember the first time that I sailed across. And I saw the land, and I said... And I remember the first time I cried out, "Land ho!" And there was the port. And that time I've crossed that ocean again. I found myself climbing the heights of mountains that I never thought I'd see, and down in the depths that I never want to see again. And I've been all over. All my friends, everyone who's been by my side is gone. And old Tom's still here. You've got a good set of friends, despite the foibles that some of them may have. You'll argue in the middle of the night. So, Arneth, if I could give you one piece of advice, a gift to you, if you would, is hold on to them. They'll do dumb things. Lord knows I did. And stick together with them, and they'll always prove you right. And they'll always prove right by you. Yep. On the his are just age in his hands, and he just kind of pats you on the shoulder. I'm going to make my way back towards Reed Song, maybe catch a nap somewhere in a tree, and on pressing on.
Stay safe.
Of course. Maybe I'll see you in Lansport.
We'll see.
Buy you some cinnamon toast.
Toast is so good. It's like the best.
And he starts to wander off. He's, like I've said, I've emphasized that he's old. He moves with someone who is much younger than he would seem. There doesn't seem to be a loss of power in his age. He seems strong.
He still got it.
He does still get it.
There goes my husband.
Wow.
As he
Not
leaves,
Arneth, mine.
not Arneth's husband. Literally,
Mine.
Keeps.
Yeah.
Wow. You're perfect. Never change.
As he gets away, he says, he stops one more second. Oh. Arneth, if I may. One more thing. You can feel free to impart this on all of your friends. Stay close to one another. There's going to be a time where the world will try to pull you apart. Trust me, it did me, and here I am walking a road alone in the middle of the night. Just hold on tight to him. Okay?
All
Promise
right.
me?
I promise.
Let them know that it's important.
I will. Thank you.
And he walks away. The light fades on. No, the light. As he walks away in the distance, getting smaller. You kind of hear on the wind as it kind of picks up. You don't split the party. As it picks up, you hear kind of a soft hum. I just realized that my Tom sounds like Tom Waits. It just dawned on me. He sounds like Tom.
He's fantastic. Okay.
He heads away from you and fades, and you can hear this soft, it's pretty, it's faint sound. It's sorrowful in the way that, like melancholy, where it's both a little bit heart heavy, but at the same time you can feel the tones that will also kind of build you up. And it's not one of those songs that sticks in your head, but it's familiar. And as he seems to get further away, it fades. The rest of the night passes, and it seems that nothing happened to any of you. You all wake feeling refreshed. And
I don't.
No, actually, you do.
I do.
You do.
I get the benefit of a long
You
rest, even
would
though
have
I stayed up all 8
expected-
hours.
All 8 hours, but there's something about this particular moment in time. You seem
Well,
refreshed.
okay. I'll
As we draw to a close, Arneth,
Yes.
his words, even though his face fade from you, remain with you. Your friends will make dumb decisions, they'll do dumb things, but they'll always be your friends. Hold them close. They'll always prove right by you. Even though most of you weren't there for the conversation, it seems as though you've heard or received some sort of word from this old cat in the middle of the night.
Cat Daddy.
The song
Daddy.
in the forest doesn't seem to be as loud today, but it's still there. That presence of something that was warming seems to have moved away, but at the same time it still lingers a bit. Callista. You receive a blessing of health. Your constitution score increases by 2.
Okay.
Yenfir.
Yeah.
You receive a blessing of protection.
Mhm.
You gain a permanent +1 bonus to AC and saving throws,
God, thank God.
regardless of what you're doing.
Beautiful.
Let's see. Arneth. You receive a blessing of magical resistance. You have advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects that will be against you.
Nice.
Gillet. You can summon the spirit warriors of all the monks that were before you, as though blowing upon the horn of Valhalla. You receive the blessing of Valhalla. Zine. You receive the blessing of wound closure. It works much like the Periopt of wound closure. Grimly. You receive the blessing of understanding. Your wisdom score is increased by 2.
Are you sure you want to do that?
I do. What would that make it total?
22.
Perfect. That is exactly what I want.
You're so smart, sweetie. I'm proud of you.
Well, wise. Wise.
Okay, bitch. Damn.
And as the night,
I mean,
as the day dawns, and you prepare to head to Reed's song, you all feel blessed in some way,
Hashtag blessed.
and that is where we're going to close out tonight.
Awesome.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I had mentioned at the break that I was going to talk about doing a hardcover giveaway. So, we will be doing a hardcover giveaway. I was blessed to be granted some extra books, and I've been holding on to them. Don't know why, because I don't need them. So, for anyone out there watching, next week, episode 47, we will be doing a hardcover giveaway. Not only will we be doing a hardcover giveaway, and I've got to double check that this is it, I'll make sure and give verification, but it will be Xanathar's Guide to Everything, which is an excellent companion to the player's handbook. It has subclasses, other options for subclasses that aren't in the player's handbook. So, and it has extra spells and things like that. Some really cool spells where you can make a fortress or a giant fortified cathedral. So tune in next week. We'll be doing the giveaway. We don't know when, so don't miss out. Just tune in.
So I guess you'll just have to watch.
That's it.
What to say.
Coming up in about 30 minutes, we would raid over but they don't begin for another 30 minutes. But if I'm not mistaken, unless Callie's not feeling well, well, actually, Callie Xenon, who is hosting us tonight, thank you so much. The leader of the Xenon Armada will be hosting a D&D game of their own. So feel free to stop by there and go say hi to them. Again, we really do appreciate everybody who is watching and tuning in tonight and tunes in every night. We hope you guys have enjoyed this. We really enjoy doing this for you all. We will be back again Wednesday with Binary Hero Robots, which will be coming to a close soon. Not this week, not next week, but soon. And surprise, but we'll actually start having other DMs hosting.
Yeah.
That's right, where I will get to play.
Oh, hell yeah.
Have mercy on you all. But anyways, until then, you guys take care of yourselves. We will talk to you all either Wednesday or next week, whichever one you decide to tune in for. Again, if you want to come by the Lucky Dice Cafe here in Huntsville, we have great food. We have a lot of fun. There are games every night. I am there on Friday nights where I host an adventure night. It's a dinner and an adventure. It's always something new. And then on Sundays, I run, along with a few other DMs, the Adventurers League, which we're starting the Dungeon of the Mad Maze this Sunday. So if you want to, come on by and drop by. We're doing hardcovers on everything. So come on down. And then again, like I said, we really appreciate having everybody tune in. And we will hope to see you all again soon. Until then, take care of yourselves. We love you. Thank you all. Good night, guys.
Bye.